we don't turn them away. We treat them better than we try to take care of ourselves. I mean, that kind of a culture. And as soon as I say it, there's another voice in my head that is saying, so then what about killing your neighbor? If you're kind and gracious to foreigners, how are you killing your neighbor? And I would say that there are other dynamics at play too in the killing your neighbor. For example, when you start to introduce fear in, fear can override traditions and practices and cultures. Fear can just bulldoze, more than over, it can just bulldoze out of the way all of the good that often is helping us to make our decisions and to respond to people. And so there were, at the beginning of the genocide, there were 10 Belgian soldiers who were killed and chopped into pieces, UN soldiers from Belgium, with the very clear message to the international community, get out of here. Now, it would be very hard to talk with the families of those soldiers about foreigners being respected in Rwanda. And so I would put forth that absolutely there's different factors at times that will override our better nature. And I would say fear is one of them. I would say this political greed for power was another one in terms of the ordering of the killing and butchering of the Belgian soldiers. But I do feel like more than just kind of and there's historical, ideas to welcoming foreigners into your home. But I would say it's and if anybody here has lived overseas and you'd like to add something to that, I would more than welcome it. But somehow foreigners do often represent a level of hope too for people. I've been with a Cambodian genocide survivor as she spoke with the group, and she said, we had some hope when we still saw foreigners, that we weren't left alone. So I think there can also be this idea of, the outside community, we don't want it to be seen by the outside world, we don't want it to be seen by foreigners, but also a sense of stepping back and looking at it from a distance and saying, wow, this is not something that we can support. So having foreigners there didn't help that idea.